Well, that phase is over. The regular season is now complete. Could not be more proud of these kids for what they've accomplished, to be 24-1, to be ranked in every poll in the regular season, to go undefeated in conference play, and to know how incredibly difficult it was in this particular year with all the challenges from COVID and 2 seasons in 1 year and all that. It's just, these kids are truly worn out. And to see them finish it like they did, lose the first set to Charlotte in both matches and find ourselves it's just a testament to the connectivity of these kids and the way they hung in there together. And so I'm really, really proud to be sitting here, at the end of the regular season in this position. So with that, questions?
I know you told Brett yesterday, and you just said team's exhausted, never had to do 2 seasons in 1 year before, but, with the conference tournament coming up, do or die, whatever you want to say, whatever cliche, are you expecting some kind of rejuvenation or second win from your group, just the way that they've played in the past?
Yeah, in this, again, our schedule this year, we only played 25 matches. That's a small amount for us for a regular year. And so we had this built-in weekend off in the middle of conference season, and then they built another one in here at the end of the conference season. We're playing an abnormally small number of conference matches. There's a lot of conferences that still have a couple weekends of action left. And I didn't like that at all going in. I love it right now because of where our team is. And the thought, typically when you get done with the last weekend of the regular season, you get home on Sunday, and Tuesday or Wednesday you're gone to the conference tournament. And the thought of having to do that right now is overwhelming to all of us. And so I'm thrilled to have a built-in week off this week, and we'll take advantage of that. We're going to give the kids some time off, and I think we need it to recharge our batteries a little bit, because the word that just continues to come to mind for me with our team is they're just spent. They're just spent physically. They're spent emotionally, and so we took a day off today. We're going to take a couple days off closer to the weekend, and just try to get their legs back under them and get their minds clear heading into tournament play.
Coach, now that you mentioned a big break, the tournament doesn't start until 19. When it does start, how are you going to have the team not be a little rusty as this is the first time you've had this long of a break?
Yeah, well, again, typically you would want there to be some continuity, some rhythm, all of those. Every year I would tell you that's exactly what I want. I want to keep playing and stay in a rhythm and all that. Given where our team and a lot of teams are right now, I choose rest over rhythm, if that makes any sense. And I'm looking forward to just trying to get them out of that gym a little bit and kind of get their minds cleared. Late in the spring when we were in season, I remember we had one really nice spring day where they came to practice and we grabbed everybody in a bunch of blankets and went over to South Lawn and just sat out in the sun and relaxed and and we played phenomenal in the week after that. And so I choose rest over rhythm right now. I think we're a veteran team. I don't think we'll lose that part of it, and if we do, we'll work our way back into it. But I just know we need to be fresh, and we'll try to make that happen over the next 10 days.
This is the first time you lost 2 sets in the course of a weekend in Conference USA play. Is that more due to fatigue, or is it more due to what was on the court?
I think it's both those things and more. I definitely think there's a mental fatigue to it. I don't think it's a coincidence that we dropped the first set in both those matches. We came out and we weren't very locked in at the beginning of both those matches. I think it had to do with the desperation that Charlotte was playing with. They knew they needed to win a match to get into the conference tournament, and they didn't get that done, but they were still able to kind of find their way in mathematically, with another match that went on in the league. And so they were playing desperate, and it was their senior weekend, and it was homecoming weekend, and it was, there was a lot of things going against us. And so I think it was all of those things. And the fact that we were able to put our foot in the ground after dropping those sets, look, that's a great sign to me. We haven't done that a lot, right? We haven't, looked up and been at a deficit, and going into tournament time, I think it's important that our kids know that we're all right when that happens, and they responded really well both days.
The CUSA tournament bracket was finalized later yesterday. I guess what are your thoughts, and what are the challenges that kind of lay ahead as you guys hope to pick up another title?
Well, you look at that bracket, and there's a lot of interesting matchups right away. And we played UAB. They're in the other division. Obviously, we played them last fall in a match and got to see each other, and we know they have some talented kids that and will come out and play well. But there's Conference USA tournament's not always been one that first round matchups were super competitive in a lot of situations, and I think this is a tournament that they will be. I think you see a lot of teams that'll be fighting on day one to advance, and we'll have to play well to advance through this thing. We have played well in the past in this tournament. I think these kids will play well again, but there's a lot of good volleyball to be played, and we certainly won't look too far ahead in this thing, because I think the teams that are there are all teams that provide interesting stories that, and again, in a year where you've seen unreal upsets week to week in college volleyball, that stuff's coming in postseason play as well. And so we'll try to be the team that avoids that in the tournament, just like we were in the regular season.
I know you said on the radio too yesterday, you feel like you are locked for at least an at-large bid. How much of a relief is that kind of for you guys heading in, even though you still want to win this thing?
It's tremendous. It's, anybody that's, when I say that, it's like, well, you should want to win the tournament. Of course we want to win the tournament. We've won a lot of those tournaments, and we'll be fighting like crazy, but we've worked really, really hard to put ourselves in a position where it's not do or die in the conference tournament. And, we feel like that, our RPI is in the low 20s. We've done what we need to do to put ourselves in a position, and that's a great luxury going into tournament time, because you don't worry about the team panicking if it starts going bad. You'll just play and put our best foot forward, and know that the NCAA tournament probably awaits. And so I certainly look at it as a huge advantage, just to be able to relax and go put our best foot forward.
Coach, now the regular season is done. Do you have any specific corrections or anything that you want to make with your team during this break before the USA tournament?
Yeah, no, there's still things. There's still things. I think we need to quit setting Lauren Matthews, because she's not a very good player. And I think we'll probably still set her a few balls. She's played so incredibly well all year long, but it's just, you always try to find consistency at the end. We've got kids. Katie Eisenbarger's a kid that has really come on again here late in the season, and it really changes us offensively when she's playing really well. But defensively, I've been hung up on defense for a very long. The thing I'm the most proud of with this team is what we're doing nationally on the defensive side of the ball. We have long been one of the top offensive teams in the country, but we are one. I don't know what we are this week, but we're in the top 5 in the country in opponent hitting percentage, which is a remarkable thing to get accomplished when you are so good offensively, because you don't always value defense as much. But we will have enough offense to compete and win in the conference tournament. We will have enough offense to compete and advance in the NCAA tournament. It's going to be what we do on the defensive side of the ball.